How do you create the perfect tribe for your team, family, organization, group? Dave Logan, the author of Tribal Leadership, describes 5 different levels of tribe. The first level is called life sucks. It's 100% victim mentality, that life fundamentally is not right, and that we have to somehow fight against this life that is really bad. So you see this in groups of gangs, mafias, organized crime. This is a tribe because they're fighting for a cause, and the cause is life sucks. So we bond over that and we fight for that cause. They say around 2% of professional workers belong to that. So that's the first level. It's called life sucks. You're likely to create verbal abuse, violence, whatever it is to justify your view of the world. The second level is called my life sucks. So now life is not too bad, but I'm a victim of my life, right? I'm a victim of my drug addiction. I'm a victim of my abusive parents. I'm a victim of my boss who hates me. So you see that in jobs where people are not really satisfied. They're doing the bare minimum, checking in and checking out, maybe working at factories, manufacturing plant. They can still operate with a certain cognitive ability. However, it has a limit. It has a ceiling. And level 3 is called I'm great and you're not. So this is the most common form that we operate in. You can see that in sales companies, in law firms, in MBA school. It's the most common one. Over 50% of organizations operate in this level. And what that means is people want to look good. People value their own personal gains over others' gains, right? People pretend that they're on board with organizational initiatives, but in reality, they just want to get promoted and look good. You see that in a lot of large corporations, especially in Spain, a lot of the large traditional corporations who still operate in old school ways. This works. All those tribe levels work, by the way. They're not bad. It's just that we're just identifying where people are at. So in a lot of level 3 tribes, you see the classic cultural transformation initiatives where leadership talks about values, but in reality, nothing happens. The values stay on a PowerPoint or they keep on changing. And in general, people are really resigned about the organization. They want to keep information to themselves so they can share it with the boss and look good. Level 4 tribe is we're great. We're great. You see that in football teams like Real Madrid. We're a great team. Everybody working towards the team. They have a set of values that is defined by the group and everybody's part of it. They are wanting to collaborate all the time. They embody the values of the group. For them, it's real. It's co-created. There's authenticity. There is a degree of innovation that happens because people want the group to win. You can see that in companies like Pixar, for example, where they want to elevate the creativity of innovation. A lot of companies like Salesforce could be departments at Salesforce. Have that too, or even in sales team units, there are people who want the whole group to win, and the incentive structure is shaped that way. This is what most organizations should ideally aim for, to be there at least 80% of the time and not fall back to level 3. The last level of tribe is called level 5, life is great. This is when the company is not about competing with other companies. The company is about fulfilling a cause, a purpose that's greater than themselves. That could be like Alcoholics Anonymous, whose purpose is to eliminate addiction. So the competition is addiction, or Patagonia, to save the whole planet. It doesn't have to be a non-profit organization. It could be any organization, right? The Microsoft Foundation, whatever it is. Any organization could be a level 5 tribe. There you see global values. You see resonance. You see people working over time, not because they have to, but because they choose to. And things happen with a lot more ease and grace, and innovation is the default. Now, as human beings, it's not possible to stay at level 5 all the time. Organizations ideally should aim to stay at level 4 and do jumps, leap to level 5, and then come back to level 4. So if you think about your team, your family business, any group, even an individual relationship that you have with another person, you could actually identify what level of tribe you're at. For example, if you are complaining about your boss and your work, about how they are treating you poorly, then you personally have a level 2 or a level 3 relationship with that company. It's not a bad thing. So you got to set aside your ego a little bit and take responsibility for your ad with your tribe. Because taking that responsibility will give you that power back to be able to, elevate the level of your tribe and move to level 3 and then 4 and then 5. But you can also look at it objectively. What are the kind of conversations that people have? Are people talking about holiday all the time? Where they're going to go on holiday? Or are people talking about the vision of the company and how to make it happen? Are people talking about the best way to get promoted? Or are people talking about the impact they want to make for people? Are people pretending to look good while withholding information? Is there a lot of side conversations, gossip? A good way to know it is, what is the gap between the conversation that you have with your boss or colleagues at work versus the conversation that you have at home in a safe place? That gap will tell you your actual level of tribe. For example, if it's your boss or with your colleagues, you tell them, oh yeah, I'm on board with the vision of the company, life is great, I like what I do, nothing's wrong. But then at home you go back and you complain about the salary, you complain about how they treat you poorly, about how the culture is toxic. Then that gap tells you where you're at, and you're probably there at a level 2 or 3, right? It's important to understand that those levels are not bad. It's not like you're bad if you're in level 1 and good if you're in level 5. It's just that each one of them produces a certain set of results and has an impact. A level 1 tribe could successfully rob a bank and gain a lot of money, but it has an impact on society, ethics, spirituality, whatever you want to call it. A level 5 tribe may not necessarily make a lot of money, but it may have a lot of impact on society, emotional well-being of people, and the contribution to each employee. So it's not one or the other. It's not like level 5 tribes have to be poor and level 1 tribes are going to be rich. So you need to understand what level of tribe you're at, whether it's a relationship between 2 people or a whole team or a whole family. And then from there, take responsibility for how you're being in that level of tribe. Now, I'll be making a set of videos of each tribe level and how to move from level 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 5. I will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot, and see you later.